It's a brand new day, hey. Wake up every morning and say, it's a brand new day, hey. Take a good day, make it great, okay. Cause if you got some lemons, make some lemonade, yeah. Chase those clouds away. It's a brand new day, hey. It's a brand new day, it's a brand new day, okay. My whole life got them hand-me-downs.
What's up, everybody? Taylor with the Taylor James Lifestyle Show. Thanks for tuning in. Before we jump into these juicy deets here, please go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and share this with your people. We are trying to impact people on a large scale and help whoever needs the help, whether that's fitness, mental shit, emotional shit. Check out IllFit, and we'll get you taken care of. But like I said, guys, we're going to jump right into this thing. So yesterday, I did a podcast on 3 reasons you need to prioritize your fitness. And today's podcast, we are going to give you 3 things that you can do today, right now, for free. I don't know if I said that already, but things you can do right now for free today to become more active. Now, they are simple ones, but if you want to get more information, you want to dive deeper into a fitness journey or a mindset journey or a life journey, get in touch with me at illfit.com, and we can work on a game plan customized for you. A lot of these things I say are general, just general things that work for the most part for most people. Now, if you're an underlying person, there are those people out there. But if you need the custom shit, get a hold of me. If not, this will work just well for you. So, first thing to do to really implement more activity in your life is to go for a walk. I know it's simple. It's very simple. But again, we live in a world where we seem to have forgotten the basics. And so this video is going to touch a lot on the basics, man. Going for a walk, 10 minutes. Go for 2 10-minute walks a day. You know what I mean? That's 20 minutes a day. That's fucking 140 minutes a week. You know what I mean? Do the math on a year. And it just, like, compounding interest. You know what I mean? The more you do it, the more you've been doing it. And so, the other thing, too, is it's really easy to, to grow that exercise. So, like, say you go for a walk for 10 minutes and you're pretty exhausted, you know what I mean? It's been a minute. You're working up your cardio again. Your respiratory system is kind of fighting you, but you're working on it. You're building it. Next thing you know, 10 minutes is fucking, I eat that shit for breakfast. You eat shit for breakfast? Sorry. Good movie, though. That'll be a little inside joke for all my real ones. You just dominate that 10 minutes now, and so it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do, maybe I don't have the time, I could do 20 minutes, but I don't quite have 20 minutes, so what I'm gonna do instead is I'm going to try to do double the distance in the same amount of time, and you're gonna go a little hard, you know what I mean? Work on that cardio. Maybe instead of going double the distance in that amount of time, maybe you're gonna put, I don't know, a couple rocks in a backpack. You know what I mean? I don't know. You could put, a bag of sand on your shoulder. You could put a gallon of paint in your backpack. You could just carry a gallon of paint, actually. 2 of them. And then just, anyways, there are so many different ways and things you can do to kind of like make it more intense once you start to kind of acclimate to the activity that you're doing, right? Another thing is, like, I have a route in my neighborhood that I use for walking, running, mostly walking, and it's about a 2-mile circuit, and if I do it one way, it's pretty difficult, but if I do it the other way, it's a lot more difficult. It's a lot more uphill coming back one way, and a lot less uphill going back the other way. And so, like, sometimes I'll hit one way for a week and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go the hard way for a week now, and vice versa. You figure out ways to make it a little more difficult for yourself. The other day I went on a ruck and I threw a 50-pound dumbbell in a bag, and it was an intense workout, I'll say that. But that thing almost fell out of the fucking bag halfway, you know, and I was like trying to tie it together to hold it in there. Nightmare. But you know, if you want to make the lifestyle change, dude, it's all worth it. You know what I mean? There's no time that's too much time to invest in yourself. There's no thing that is too inconvenient that makes it to where you can't invest in yourself. Like, to me, it makes sense. Like, if there's anything you should make time for, it's the fucking person that it's you, dude. Like, you need to make time for yourself and invest in people. Invest in yourself so that you can invest in people around you. And that's kind of something I talked about in that podcast yesterday. It's just, you know, the quality of life. You know, be healthy so that other people look to you as an example, and that people can rely on you to be strong and fit when they need you to be, in whatever capacity that is. Second tip is a real simple one also. Body weight exercises, man. Push-ups. Pull-ups probably not. I mean, depending on what you have. There's a lot of things you can do in your house, even if you're like, maybe you can't quite do a pull-up or a push-up yet. You can get up against a surface like this, and you can just, you know, bleep, do little half push-ups. It's kind of hard where I'm at to do them, but like, you know, if you're in your counter, I think a counter comes up, I don't know how tall, for a little over, like closer to 40 inches or something like that. And so, you know, you can push on that just to get those pectoral muscles moving. Maybe, you know, getting on the ground isn't your thing. Just lean up against something and push and push and push, and really start to see the rewards. I mean, you'll feel it for sure, especially if you haven't done any push-ups, dude. You're gonna feel it just from doing that. And let's see. So air squats are a huge one. Just, you know, make sure you have proper form and just go from, you know, standing to bend at the knees 90 degrees. You know, maybe keep your hands up here, and do, you know, slow and controlled. And dude, you'll feel that, I guarantee it, especially if you haven't done any squats in a while. You'll feel that all up in some places you didn't know were supposed to feel like that. And again, you know, once you've built your strength up and kind of feel like you're dominating those, you know, whether it's, you know, your time to maybe up your game and get a gym membership or start working out with weights, just slowly, progressively add to that. Make it a little bit more difficult. Conquer that. You know, add an obstacle, conquer that obstacle, add another obstacle, conquer that obstacle, and set them up and knock them down, dude, every time. I'm trying to think of a pull-up type of exercise that you could do at home. I'm trying to think without a pull-up bar. You probably can't. But I mean, like, even if you have a 90-degree like counter, you know what I mean, where it goes from like the bar section of the counter to another section, and it comes out a little 90 degree. You can do dips in there, you know what I mean? What else? You know, a lot of ab exercises, flutter kicks. You can do mountain climbers. Man, you can do all kinds of stuff. And the other thing too is, like, if you need to learn how to do any of this stuff, I mean, we all have phones, computers. I mean, all this stuff is on the internet for free. And if you feel like you want to talk to me about it, dude, I'll give you all the advice I have to give you, you know. Biggest thing I'm saying, though, is just get out and do something. You know, it's better to do something than nothing at all. And even if it's, dude, if you're starting doing 5 push-ups a day, dude, that's great. You know, let's make it fucking 7 next week. You know, let's do 5 all week, and let's make it 7 next week. And by, you know, couple weeks after that, you're going to be doing 20, 25 push-ups, you know. Let's start now and progressively get better. The other tip. So, I'm getting tired. Sorry, guys. Hit a wall. Where was I? I'm trying to find my notes here. Shit. So, yeah, home exercises, dude. I mean, fucking jumping jacks, running in place, you know. Once you start getting into like wanting to spend money, I mean, you can get a jump rope, you can get adjustable weights are pretty cheap nowadays. Yeah, I think you can get them at Walmart. A lot of times, like I live close to like I think they call it Play It Again Sports. It's like a repurposed store, you know, they resell old shit, and you can go in there and get a couple weights for real cheap. You know, one thing I recommend to everybody is to get a pull-up bar, and maybe you know, it's not quite time where you can do a pull-up, but there are so many ways that you can train for that, and even just hanging alone was really good for your grip strength and just good for your back, your shoulders, and your posterior chain in general. So, you know, once you're ready to start spending the money on things for your home fitness type journey or whatever, definitely get a pull-up bar, maybe get some bands, you know what I mean, bands to make her dance, all kinds of stuff, man. I like to use I got a couple like 5-pound little weights that I use for like just mobility exercises, you know. Working out at home, I love working out at home way more than I like working out at some of the gyms that I go to sometimes, but the gyms serve their place too, you know. But we're talking about, you know, cheap for free 2-day type things to implement. And so, you know, just kind of building yourself out a little schedule, you know. Build yourself out a little schedule as far as like push-ups, you know. Maybe, you know, a lot of people, I think, get 3 breaks at work. You get like 2 15s and a lunch. Why not, you know, on each one of those, choose one exercise. Like one of them, I'm going to do 25 air squats, and maybe you don't do them all at one time, but take the time and do those in whatever it's, you know, shorter bursts and reps, or do them all at once, but do something. Implement it today. Sorry, I got boots on and my fucking foot itches under my boot, and it's really uncomfortable, but we're going to muscle through it. And maybe. Anyways. So let's see. Third and final tip is actually kind of going with what I just said. You know, it's something I used to do quite a bit when I had jobs where I couldn't just like stop doing what I was doing. I would use my breaks as times to get push-ups in, or go on a little walk around the facility or something, just to kind of get my brain going and my body kind of moving, and to like detach a little bit. You know, there was a point in my oil field career where I was doing 300 push-ups a day, and what I'd figured out I could do is I would do a set of 25 push-ups once an hour for every 12 hours, or for 12 hours. And so, let me just make sure that's what I think that's right. Yeah, that's, 300. So for me, it was really easy. I worked a 12-hour shift. So that just meant once an hour, go somewhere, crank out 25 push-ups. And I was doing 300 push-ups a day. Now, I'm not saying it was easy, but what I'm saying is, you know, if you don't think you have the time, I beg to differ. I think you do probably have the time. It doesn't take a long time to do push-ups. If you have a 15-minute break, you could probably do more push-ups than you could ever imagine in 15 minutes if you just didn't stop. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because push-ups are a quick motion. I think it might take me somewhere to like half a second to 3/4 of a second to do a rep. And so if you're doing them at that speed consistently, it's really not that much time. And same with air squats, same with all of this stuff. It's not like you're spending a lot of time moving a lot of weight. You're just using your body weight and the resistance that God has given us, right? But so like I said, guys, this third one kind of goes into what I'm kind of talking about, and that's called activity breaks. Now that's kind of the mode that I've always had, I guess, as far as like my jobs and shit. I like to take a break and do some push-ups or, you know, go on a little walk around the facility. When I worked in San Diego for my cousin, I would we worked in like this place called Sereno Valley, and it was like right outside our warehouse door. There was like a big hill, and you could just take that thing for what felt like miles, man. And so I'd just pop my shirt off, get out in the sun on my lunch break, and just sweat and grind. And dude, I love that. And it's just incredible, you know, how good you can feel, and also, you know, be doing something that, you know, a lot of people say we're supposed to hate, which it's funny to me that that's the general consensus on being active, is that, oh, you know, it's too hard, I don't want to, I'm too late. It's like, dude, I don't know about you guys, but I feel great after a workout. So, but yeah, man, like implementing any kind of activity on a break is kind of a cheat code as far as I'm concerned. It's a total hack. I mean, not to mention if you can like say you work at an office for 8 hours a day, and say your goal is to do 100 push-ups. That is 25 every 2 hours. So get paid to do those push-ups. You know what I mean? I fully agree. You should get paid to do push-ups if you can. Especially, you know, like I'm saying, push-ups don't take a long time. A lot of times, I'm sure if your boss walks in and sees you doing air squats, I mean, what's he really gonna say? You're not allowed to do air squats? Like, I don't know. Get paid to fucking do it, man. Set a timer. Do a set every 2 hours. And, you know, taking those little activity breaks make it really easy to take a lot of activity and break it up into smaller chunks and do it throughout the day. And again, if you can manage to, you know, do some push-ups or do whatever it is on the clock, think of it as you're getting paid for it. You know what I mean? Which it is nice. It is nice to get paid to do push-ups. But yeah, guys, these are just a couple things. So we got, you know, going on walks. That's a huge one. Really good for just overall health. Low impact on the bones and joints and stuff like that. Really good for your cardiac and your respiratory system. Doing at-home exercises. Now, if you already have stuff that you can work out with, great. But if not, you know, we can do air squats. We can do push-ups. We can do lots of core exercises. Excuse me. I'm getting the burps from these carnitas I made. And then, you know, taking the time that we have, whether it's at work or whether it's the time that we block out for ourselves, taking that time to implement more activity is always a good idea, especially if you're in a job or a lifestyle that isn't super conducive to activity. You know, like if you're working in an office, man, it's probably really good that you get up and do some air squats once an hour or twice, you know, once every 2 hours, whatever the case is. But I highly recommend that you get up and do something. You know, there's a lot of problems that could solve, you know what I mean? And society has just made it so okay for people to have like no activity in their lives. And I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of sad how okay so many people are without with being so out of shape or just so inactive. You know what I mean? it's crazy to me how okay people are with being inactive. I mean, dude, it's this simple. It's not like we're spending money. We're not spending a lot of time. These are all things that you can do for free today, right now. And in fact, I'm going to fucking get off this podcast and go do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm excited to do push-ups because we were talking about it. But yeah, guys, it's obviously, fitness is one of my passions. And I just want to see everybody that's watching or listening to have a beautiful life, to feel more from life. And I feel like, a really, really good way to do that and to build a good foundation for your life, is getting to a better spot physically. A lot of people will argue that it doesn't, or does, I guess, but like, dude, I am living proof that you can alter things that you never thought possible about yourself through just fitness. It's really, really impactful. And again, like I say, this is one of my purposes. It's a huge passion of mine, but I really do believe it's my purpose to help others realize what I've seen and what I've experienced and felt and how I've grown. But I got it all from fitness. It all started there. And that's why I'm so passionate about this and why I talk about this a lot. And so, if you guys want to check out the website for those free programs, I got one on there for women's and one for men's. And then it's like a little pamphlet just on basically a very basic meal plan for just general overall health. If you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to put on muscle, if you're looking to just be more active, dude, I mean, I got you covered. We can develop you a custom plan that will give you more than you could have ever asked for. All that you have to do is make that investment into yourself. And I say it on here all the time, man. Like, make a commitment to yourself, because you are the most important person you'll ever make a commitment to. We talked last week about how we have to be strong so that others can rely on us to be strong, right? And I firmly believe that. You know what I mean? If you don't make that commitment and keep that commitment to yourself, how in the fuck are you going to do that for other people? How are you going to take care of other people? How are other people going to rely on you? They can't. You know what I mean? And for me, in my life, it started in the gym, and it really, really had an impact, just being more active and being more physical. And then, of course, with that comes you start drinking less, you start worrying about the food you're eating, you start learning about the food you're eating, and there's so many other things that kind of come with that. But treat yourself with the respect that you deserve is kind of how I feel about it, man. We forget that we deserve to show ourselves respect. Everybody's always worried about what you're giving them and how you're doing this to other people. And it's like, yeah, dude, but as long as I'm giving myself what I need, everything else will fall right into place. So anyways, guys, a little bit of a tangent there at the end. But with that being said, if you could, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and share this with your homies. I'm going to get out of here and do some push-ups. So, thank you guys for listening or watching. It's been real and it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Just kidding. It's been great. I'm going to get out of here. Love you guys. Victory to everybody. Laters.
It's a brand new day.